Okay, next topic I'm going to talk about. This one's a good one. Women. How many, do any of you guys have girlfriends, wives, and
Girlfriend.
girlfriend?
Yeah.
Wife and a kid.
Wife and a kid?
Single. Happily single.
Do you guys have to, do your parents want you to date a certain type? Do you have to marry a certain type? Is it important to you? Women in general, what do you think? Is your girlfriend Hindu?
She is.
Is it important for that she be Hindu?
It's not important to me. I know that for my parents, because I'm not a practicing Hindu. I definitely believe in a lot of the values of Hinduism, but I'm not necessarily practicing. I don't, go to temple all the time, any of that. But, she happens to be Hindu. It's not something that I was
There's a coincidence.
proactively looking for, right? But, that's also a result of me surrounding myself, in part, with people of my own culture.
Is it important for your parents that your girlfriend's future wife be Hindu?
Whoa.
I'm just saying.
I'm just kidding. Hopefully she doesn't see that. No.
Let's be honest. What if you came home with a Muslim girl?
I think that they would prefer me to have a Hindu wife, just because they feel more comfortable with, and it's not just they want someone just like us all the time, but I think that they want to believe that traditions that have been held for so long in the past will be continued for traditions in the future,
Right.
or for generations in the future.
What about you? Is it important?
Me personally, I'm more comfortable around Hindus and Indians. So I probably would prefer an Indian girl that's Hindu.
What would your parents do if you came home with a Muslim girl, a black
I've
girl?
seen it. My sister came home with a white Christian dude. So I've seen it in my house. And they did freak out, and it was a big, huge thing. It was bad. It was really bad for a long time. But since they were rational people, he was a good guy, and that's what mattered. I do know people where, or parents that aren't rational, and they just don't think like that. You said, I don't care what kind of a guy he is, as long as he is Hindu, and he is this type of Hindu, or she is this type of Hindu, that's what matters.
Sammy?
Yeah, for me, it was very important to find a Muslim girl, because, the path that I'm choosing is, a very conservative, straight edge, and, I'm going to pray the 5 times, I'm going to fast. So it always feels, more comfortable that if your wife is, participating with you. Like if I was fasting all of Ramadan by myself, or every time I got up to prayer, I wanted somebody to also encourage me to be that better Muslim person,
Right. Did you ever date before you were married?
No. In our religion, there's no dating, right? You just...
So how long did you know your wife before?
Well,
was it an arranged kind of thing, or did you...
It wasn't... No, it wasn't arranged at all. But it was one of my best friends got married to or engaged to one of her best friends. So we all went out to dinner. So then I saw, this girl on the other side, and she had a lot of the qualities that I was looking for. Very modest. She wore the veil, and just the way she spoke, she wasn't very loud. Very conservative, beautiful. Just so many amazing. So that's when I took the next step, and I actually approached the family and I said, and then her brother chaperoned us, and like we went to a Barnes and Noble, and he sat on the table next to us, right? All we spoke.
Did she know he was there?
Oh yeah.
I'm kidding. Do you have a daughter or son?
Son.
So my question to you, 18, how old is he?
He's 6 months.
Okay, so 18 years from now, he comes home with a Hindu girl.
Yeah.
And he's in love with her.
Yeah.
What would you say? Would you be okay with it? Honestly.
No, honestly, I would advise him and say, make sure, like this would be the one thing, because in our religion, it's not wrong. As long as they believe in one God, and as long as they're practicing it, there's nothing wrong with it, right? In our religion, they cannot be raised, the woman can be a different religion, that's fine, but the kids cannot be raised that religion. They have to be raised on. So if he understood that concept, and he was comfortable, and he really loved her, and he saw in her, because there are people with amazing, beautiful hearts from all different religions, and if she had that, and that's what he wanted, I would say, I would put my blessings in it.
I think, when I was in undergrad and grad school, my closest friends don't happen to be Malayali, but the friends that I have that are Malayali, they share something in common with me that nobody else does. We can talk to, each other on a personal level that I can't get with even some of my best friends sometimes. And I think that's also important for me to find, in a wife.
Rafin?
Ultimately, I do want to go back home to Bangladesh. in the next, I don't know, 5-10 years or something. But having said that, so I'd like to get someone, who's not only, probably Muslim and who's sort of, who thinks like I do, but at the same time who's willing to move back to Bangladesh. So that sort of limits my options here, because most of the girls, that I meet, here are brought up here, and obviously they have their families here, and they're not really going to go back to Bangladesh, even if they're originally from Bangladesh.
So it's pretty tough for you.
Exactly. It's not a very sharp tool that I'm playing with, but.
Well, I know in our culture, women and men are completely different. Like as far as protectionism. Like the guy can stay out till 2:00 in the morning, but if you have a daughter, she's at home by 6:00. If it's night and she's not at home, there's a problem, right? Especially what I've seen with some of my non-religious friends is, and this is really bad, is that, this is my girlfriend, no intention of wife. This is my girlfriend, we're just having fun, and then down the road when I've, sowed my oats and stuff, then I'm gonna actually look for my wife. But the girl in our culture cannot ever do that. Absolutely impossible. If that girl has been known to be loose, she'll never get a husband. I think it's complete. No, of course it's not fair. That's a sexist. That's the definition of sexist. You can't do that. Why is one you either both are held to the same standard, or both not.
There's always some big thing that happens that results in a positive reaction for a short amount of time, and then it dies. And that's when that dies is when people's views start to change again. They start to settle into their own old views and traditions. And like something like we're doing right now, this shouldn't end here. This shouldn't end in an hour, 2-hour session where we're talking about this, get it out to people, people see it, people think about it, and then it's over. It's the continuing, having it in a continual sense, having people constantly, seeing this kind of thing and understanding this. I think that's what's important.
Is it a pointless battle?
Not at all. But it's pointless if you're not going to put in, the right effort. It's pointless if you're going to do it for a month and then expect that people are going to change their, 25 years, like Sam was saying, 25 years of misconceptions in a half an hour episode. No, it's something that we need to do on a, continual basis. And it comes back to what I was saying before about we have ourselves to blame as much as other people. We need to be more proactive about this. This is a start right here.